I know I'm going to regret this later, but I'm going to do it anyway. Kraken's lair, going deep in the Kraken's lair. Gonna show some books, I know you'll care. Going deep in the Kraken's lair, look out. 'Cause here comes a Spiderman. Yes, I know that was wrenching for you viewers, and I apologize. I'm showing these because one of my amazing 71 subscribers, whoop whoop, we're moving on up. Anthony Butler has requested from me to do a video about my early Submariner comic books. And it has taken me a while to go through my collection to try to find some key issues, some things worthy of note that I want to talk about, to cover in full this amazing character. I've done some reading about the Monarch of Atlantis. So Anthony Butler, buddy, is coming. I'll just let you peruse these for a second. But this video is not about the Monarch of Atlantis. This video is not about Submariner, the Prince of the Deep. This video is about Amazing Spider-Man. Let me get set up here, and we're going to do this. Thank you, 71 amazing subscribers, for watching my janky little channel. 1 second. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. It depends on your time zone, I guess. Welcome to the Kraken's Lair comics. Now, the focus of today's video is some key Amazing Spider-Man comic books. If anybody's paying attention, which I know you are, you in the back, you're paying attention. The trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home has hit the interwebs. Pun intended. Maybe not funny, but pun intended. The webs. The interwebs. Lots of nuggets in there. You hear the William Dafoe Green Goblin character laugh. You see a little rolling. I want him to do the actual pumpkin bomb, where it looks like a jack-o'-lantern. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm nostalgic. But I'm sure you could do it menacingly. The orange, actual jack-o'-lantern pumpkin bomb. As opposed to just some, I don't know, a green and metal grenade. But that's just me. I'm old school. Obviously, which is why my channel is janky. They show Dr. Octopus. That big metal coming in. And where he's actually hello, Spider-Man. So, the multiverse is wide open. I think it's kind of cool that it almost it brings the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies as canon into the MCU, beyond giving a a nostalgic nod to it. If it's a multiverse, and it's also yes, maybe this Spider-Man existed on Earth, whatever, 23 gigawatt. The Tom Holland Spider-Man movies existed in the Earth 616. And you have to forgive me, I don't remember this kid's name, but the actor that they did those two movies, The Amazing Spider-Man, maybe we can just bring this all in. It's all true. Because this is Spider-Man here, this is Spider-Man that, blah. Major things. And I have been talking And lots of people have been talking, like, knowing this was coming. Whereas, like, dude, Green Goblin is coming. And they're going to do him right. Maybe it's not even this movie, but, like, eventually they're going to, like... I didn't like the metal armor. Like, I'm a goblin. Like, no. Like, I want the goblin. Gobby Gobby Goblin. I want to see that face. Maybe they'll get it right. If not this time, Disney owns the properties. Eventually they will. I always listen to my own advice. I'm not just throwing out advice from the cheap seats just to see what you people might do. So I have talked about, Fantastic Four, Doctor Doom, Silver Surfer, Galactus. All this stuff is coming. I have also talked about, a month ago, I won at auction from the We Love Comics channel the second appearance of Dr. Octopus in Amazing Spider-Man number 11. And it was like, Dr. Octopus is coming, Green Goblin's coming, the Sinister Six is coming. Unfortunately, I don't currently own the first appearance of the Sinister Six, but if you have that book, well done, because it's happening. The frustrating thing for me sometimes is, like, when I'm talking, like, to new collectors, or just people interested in the hobby, I show them. I'm like, look, dude, I bought this. Doesn't matter the book. I bought this book 5 months ago at this price. It's now currently at this price. And it's not like a speculative price, like, oh, yeah, I think it's worth $1 million. A few months back, I sold three comic books in my collection for $6,800 in greenbacks. Actual money. I took a picture, like, I laid it all out on my living room floor. Hundreds bills and 50s and 20s and stuff, and it was huge. Like, I felt like a rock star, like I don't want to say like a drug dealer, but like, yeah, I was like, dude, like $6,800 in Dan the Kraken Man's grasp, laid out on the floor. I was like, this is awesome. For people that are comic book speculators, like, just a nugget of wisdom. A relative of mine, like, he said something very savvy once. He's like, look, man, if you've got a bunch of gold bars in a drawer, but you never sell them, you have a drawer full of metal. If you have a drawer that's full of, like, stocks and bonds, and you never sell them, you have a drawer full of paper. And that's true. And when I had the opportunity to, like, go through, like, sort of obscure relatives collection, 57,000 comics, and sort of thinking about, like, what's my end game here? Like he who dies with the most comics wins. Like, is my wife and child gonna have to, like, navigate this and not know what comic books are worth? And I've gone through this before, so, like, I've had books graded, just so they would know, like, this is a book of value. But the market's crazy right now. It's crazy. They keep, like, these TV shows and movies and stuff. It's like, who knows? I will say, like, excuse me, frog in my throat. If it's some one-off thing, the White Vision. If you own that book, because you probably bought it for nothing, or 2 weeks before that, you could have bought it for $1. Oh, White Vision. And now I can sell it for $80. That was the time. I don't think they're doing anything more with the White Vision. So there's some things where it's just like it spikes up. Everybody's interested. There's not a whole lot of legs there. It's not going to continue to appreciate. So some things is like, dude, you had it in your collection, or you missed that boat, and that's just the way it is, and I'm okay with that. But with certain known major key characters, a lot of times, like, you're talking, like, really early issues, which you're always going to appreciate, and being the fact that they are super key characters, villains, whatever, eventually they're going to show up because they're cool, because they're bad to the A, and it's going to happen. So, I'm rambling on. So, No Way Home trailer hit today. William Dafoe, Green Goblin. Can't remember the actor's name. Forgive me, people. Dr. Octopus. It's happening. The random weirdness is I bought the second appearance of Dr. Octopus, Amazing Spider-Man 11, from Chris on the We Love Comics channel a month ago. 1 month ago. $450. It was a steal. Come December, when No Way Home, I could sell it for 3 times as much. Easily. And so the people are like, oh man, like $450, that's a whole lot on a comic book. And it is. I'm not saying you're wrong. But if you're putting your money in a good investment, there is no fear. So I'm going to show you a couple of quick books. Hopefully you have these in your collection. And like, man, like if you've got the funds, the trailer's hit now, but there's going to be the second trailer. There's going to be when the movie comes out. All of this is going to continue to rise the value of these books. Secondly, once again, these are major characters. So once this movie is done, Green Goblin's coming back. Doc Ock is coming back. So you haven't really missed the boat entirely, but you got to pounce. You got to make a decision. Look for that copy that you can afford. Add it to your collection. Because like 5 years from now, I mean, you're going to be like, oh man, that just slipped through my fingers. And any of us old time collectors, we can show you, we can share with you horror stories of like I thought Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were dumb. I could have bought 20 copies Ninja Turtles 1 off the rack. I thought it was dumb. I passed on that. Wah, wah, wah. You know, we don't always get everything right. But there's a lot that we can do right, but it takes action on your part. If you're just like, oh, well, no, never owned that. You know, like, yeah, well, if you're not in the game, you're never going to win. So, these are books I urge you to add to your collection. They're not cheap, but I will reference the prices that I paid and when I bought them, and they're not astronomical. It's not like, oh, you know, you need $10,000 to sit at this table. I work for a living. I'm not trust fund kid. You know, I work for every dollar. So I'm going to show you some books. If I can figure out how to do this. All right. Here we go. Amazing Spider-Man number 14. The first appearance of Green Goblin. Numero uno appearanzo. I bought this from Chris on the We Love Comics channel. I was watching one of his videos, and this juncture, he was doing like a live unboxing, and he owns multiple copies of this. I mean, which is great. I mean, if you can do it, that's the way to go, because you can sell one like he did to me and still have it in his collection. But at that point, he still has like 5 in his collection. And he had just purchased this for $400. 400. I sent him an email. I was like, dude, I will give you $700 for this right now, because I know you have others. And he agreed. If you go to gocollect.com and you look up Amazing Spider-Man 14 at a 3.5, it's above, like 2,000 something something. So it's like in a very short period of time, like I have a lot of profit in this book. And the reason it's a 3.5, you'll see the purple label. There's a little bit of amateur restoration. First and second page reattached with glue. Now, I know my good buddy Chance Bartels from the Nostalgic Pod Blast is going, glue, glue. But he also said that when I bought a FF number 48 for $700. He was like, glue, glue. And it came back at 8.0. And it's now worth almost 10 grand. And I had spent $700 on it. So, buy what you love. If restoration bothers you, don't buy those books. But if you want to add some key books to your collection that are affordable, sometimes you got to, make a choice. And we all, as collectors, have certain things that we can accept and don't want to accept. I don't like facsimile covers. I don't like where like chunks and hunks are missing out of the cover, or there's like huge creases or whatever. So the fact that it's a 3.5, because there's some restoration, this looks great. I love this. Thank you, Chris. I love this. Now, continuing with that theme, 1 month ago, Chris from the We Love Comics channel was doing a live auction. This is 1 month ago. Sorry about the glare on the bag. Number 11. Second appearance of Dr. Octopus. I mean, it's got some issues. Overall, it looks pretty nice. I mean, like not 9.8 nice. I mean, this is probably a 3. But I paid $450 for this. The second appearance of Dr. Octopus. Because I didn't have 1,000. I didn't have $1,500. So this is what I could afford. And now that Dr. Octopus is confirmed in the next movie, this is going to rise in value. A point that I brought up before, like how many collectors have $10,000 to spend on a book? Or even $5,000 to spend on a comic book? That sometimes it's like these lower condition books where like, yeah, man, I bought this for $450. I'm sure very soon here I could sell it for $1,000. I've more than doubled my money, but for the purchaser, $1,000 is not unobtainium. That they'll be happy. Like when an 8.0 of this book is $13,000, like what are you going to do? I was at the Marriott Hotel a week ago, the weekend. So like 10 days ago. And I bought this. He wanted $325. It was a seller I've bought from multiple times. He went $300. Honestly, I probably could have gotten lower, but I didn't want to like nickel and dime him. Some issues. This is the third appearance of Dr. Octopus. $300. Before I went to the convention, my lovely and amazing wife, I had a budget. I had a budget of $1,000. And on eBay, I made this deal happen. Amazing Spider-Man number 17. The seller was asking $275. I got it for $200. And it's from a grading company I have never heard of, but it was also graded in 2004. Now, one of the things that I noted, if you look at the edge, the spine's rolled, because that black line should be the edge. You can certainly see it very clearly on the back. Sorry, Bieber. Where you see all that pages. Now, I also noted, it looks dirty. There's some dirt here. Some like that. There could be some water stainage, but there is. But there's a lot of just general dirt and stuff like that. The spine roll. I bought this for $200. So honestly, I want to crack this open, send it off to be professionally dry cleaned and graded, and that'll be a video, because I think this might come back a 5. I really do. But we will find that out together. The point of this is the things that I say to my subscribers about buy these books, I'm buying them. I'm not urging you to buy something that I'm not willing to buy myself. A week ago, $200. A graded 4.0 that with a pressing and dry cleaning, it's going to pop. The second appearance of Green Goblin. By this December, I probably could get close to $1,000 for this. If I spend the $50 pressing, dry cleaning, the new grading from a grading company that is still in existence, because I don't even know who these guys are, but that's cool. It's encapsulated, so it's kept safe, so no further damage happened. We'll discover that together, because this will be the first graded book that I ever purchased that I'm willing to pop out of the slab and resubmit it. So that's going to be an amazing adventure for the both of us. So, Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, I urge you now. Last week was the time. A month ago was the time. But let's not lament that. You still haven't missed the boat. If you've got the money, do your research. Look for deals. Ask for deals. Like I said, this guy wanted $275. I saved money because I just, $275, fine. I asked for a deal. I was like, look, man, I'm on a budget. This is what I got. And he accepted it. Get this stuff now. It's not going to get any cheaper. And if you watch this video 2 years from now, just me going yeah, man, I got this for $200, or I got this for $300, or I got this for $400. You'll be like, oh man, I wish I had done that. Don't be that person. Everyone, thank you for watching my janky little channel, Kraken's Lair Comics. Anthony Butler, I'm going to do that Submariner video, buddy. Maybe tonight. I got a new internet service. I'm going to see if this downloads faster. Everybody, thank you for watching. Have a great evening.